Hey, hello guys, this is Shekar. Now I'm going to talk about DML commands in SQL language. Let us see my screen to get the stuff over this topic. So, yeah, so DML commands. DML command stands for data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. The word manipulation means to making any changes. That means to make any changes like update, delete, insert, or edit something. This type of changes are under comes under manipulation. So the DML, that means the data manipulation language. So it is a sub language of SQL language. Generally, there are three types of DML commands are there in SQL language. They are insert, update, and delete. Let us see one by one. Let us see one by one to get the command over this topic. So to insert. So this is the insert command. It is used to insert a new row. This is used to insert a new row into a existing table. That means this is the command. Insert is used to insert a new row into a table. So here we have the two ways to use this insert command. So there are two types of syntaxes to insert a row into a table. So there are two types of syntaxes. That means here we have the two types of formulas to insert a row into a table by using this insert command. So in SQL language they are the formula one. That means this syntax one. So generally this syntax one is called the static way of insertion of a row into a table. So this means let us see the formula under the syntax one heading. Let us see the syntax for the static way of insertion of a row into a table. So here we have the insert command, and we need to mention the int keyword here, and we need to give the table name of a particular table, and we need to give the values keyword here, and in brackets. So we need to take the column name, column 1 value here, comma column 2 value here, dash dash dash, like this, so on. Column n value you need to mention here, and the close, you have to close the bracket. This is the way of inserting a row into a particular table. This way is called the static way of insertion of a row into a particular table. So let us take an example table. Here we have the bank table is there. Here we have the bank table is there. So in this bank table we have the three columns here. So one column name is B code. That means the bank code, and the second column of the bank table is B name, and the third column of the bank table is B location. So that means BLOC. So I want to insert one row. I want to insert one row to this bank table by using this static way of insertion syntax of the insert command. So according to this static way of insertion syntax, according to this static way of insertion formula, I need to use this query. That means I need to use this formula to insert one row to this bank table. So now I'm gonna insert a one row to this bank table. Let us see how I can inserting a one row according to this syntax of the static way of insertion of a single row into a particular column. So I will write like this by using this static syntax. I will write this query like this only: insert into bank values. So I need to mention the insert command here, and I need to use the into keyword. So because it is there in our formula of static way of insertion command, and that's why I'm using the insert into, and the table name means here bank. So we need to give the keyword values, and we need to enter the whatever the values do you want to enter into a single row of this particular bank table. We need to enter that particular numbers. So these are the user defined numbers. That means you want to if you want to insert any type of numbers, you can insert to this bank table. So now I want to insert these many records into this bank table as a single row. According to the given syntax, I'm inserting these many values into this bank table as a single row by using this syntax. So let us see how I can write this query, how I can get the output for this query in Oracle database. So that I want to connect to the Oracle database by using SQL plus tool. So I want to see the structure of the bank table. Structure of the bank table. That means to see any structure of a table, this is the query, disk space table name, disk space table name. Here table name means bank. So let us write the bank table name here, and I want to see the structure of the bank table. That means I want to see the how many columns are there in the bank table and what type of data types I have assigned for that particular columns of a bank table while the creation of the bank table. So I want to see the structure here. So yeah, so this bank table is having 3 columns. One column is B code, second column is B name, and third column is B location. And I have assigned the data type for these 3 columns. So number data type, and I have given 10 size for this B code. And for B name, I have assigned varchar2 data type because it is in the form of letters. No? B name generally is in the form of English letters and the combination of the characters. That's why I have assigned a varchar2 data type for this B name column, and I have given the size for this varchar2 data type is 20. And the B location. So B location is in the form of English letters and the combination of the characters. That is why here also I have assigned a varchar2 data type for this B location. That means B location means bank location, and I have given the size for this varchar2 data type of B location 20. So this is the structure. This is the structure of the bank table. Let us see how many rows are there in this bank table. Could I insert any row for this bank table? Let us check. To retrieve the details of any particular table, here we have the query select star from table name here. Table name here. So what is our table name here? Table name is, our particular table name is bank. Here I want to see the details. That means I want to see the how many records, how many rows are there in this bank table. By using this query select star from bank, I need to see the output for this bank table. I need to get the output, so I'm getting the output by clicking the enter button. To see the output is, yeah, there are no rows. So I just created the bank table. I just created the structure of the bank table. That means I just created the columns of created the bank table with columns and data types, but I didn't insert any row or to the bank table. So according to our insert command, now I'm going to inserting some rows. Now I'm going to inserting some rows into this table. So let us see my screen how I can use this insert command to inserting a rows to this bank table. So here we have the syntax 1 is there. Now this syntax 1 is used to insert a single row into that particular table. So this way of insertion is called the static insertion. So static insertion. So let us see. So this query, I'm using this query to inserting these many rows into these many values into this particular bank table by using this static way of insertion syntax. So I will write this query in in my database. Let us see. So I just want to copy this and I just want to paste it here. So I'm using insert command here. To inserting the particular row into a bank table. So according to the syntax, I need to take into keyword here, and the table name means here bank is the table name, and the values we need to give the keyword values keyword here, and whatever the values do you want to insert, you can insert these many values into a bank table as a single row. So here 101 means I'm going to give the B code is 101, and I'm going to give the SBI. That means I'm going to give the bank name is SBI, and I'm going to give the B location. B location is HYD. So this is the one row I want to insert to bank table. Insert into bank table. Let us see output of this query. Is this query is going to insert one row to the bank table or not? Let us check. So one row has been inserted into the bank table. Let us check the details in bank table now. So because we inserted now, let's check the details of the bank table. That means let us check how many rows are there in the bank table. So I want to see the records. That means I want to see the how many records are there in the bank table now. So yeah, I got the answer. I got the output having only one row, and we are having only one row because we have inserted only one row by using the static way of insertion syntax. So static way of insertion syntax by using the insert command. So let us take the another example to let us take the another syntax. That means second syntax of the insert command is insert into. So this second syntax is used to insert multiple rows. That means here we have seen we have inserted only one row to this bank table by using static way of insertion. So we can if you want to insert multiple rows. In such a cases, you can use this dynamic way of insertion. So let us take a look onto this syntax. So insert into we need to mention the into keyword here. We need to mention the table name here, and we need to mention the values keyword here, and in the brackets we need to take a column name along with the ampersand symbol. This end symbol is called as a ampersand symbol in Oracle terminology. So this ampersand symbol you need to mention before the column name 1 and column name and ampersand of column name 2, like this. So on, we need to mention the ampersand column name n. So this is the syntax to enter the values. That means this is the syntax to enter the multiple rows dynamically. So let us take an example to enter few rows into a bank table. So I'm going to enter some rows. I'm going to enter some rows by using this syntax. So insert according to the syntax. I'm using the insert command here, and I'm mentioning the into keyword here, and table name means a bank table here, and we need to insert the we need to give the values keyword here, and like this I need to column name 1 means what is the structure of our table. So our structure of the bank table is having B code as a first column name, and the B name as the second column name, and B location is the third column name. So that is why I'm taking the in place of column name 1 as per our syntax. So I'm taking B code, ampersand of B code, like this. I need to mention the ampersand of B name, that is bank name, and the last one is I need to take ampersand of B location. So if I use this query, that means if I write this query on database and run this query on database, then I will get the 3 statements like this. In database I will get 3 statements. So in among these 3 statements, it is asking please enter the value for B code, and please enter the value for B name, please enter the value for B location. If I entered this query in Oracle database, so it will shows the 3 commands are like this. So like this, let us see practically how I can use this how I can inserting these some rows into a bank table by using this query according to the dynamic syntax of the dynamic way of insertion syntax. So let us see how I can write this query in the Oracle database. So I just want to copy this query to paste it on the Oracle database. So I copied, so I want to paste it here, so that's why I'm pasting here. So so he's asking when I insert into bank values, and I'm giving the bank ampersand of bank code and B name and ampersand of B location. I run this query by pasting of this query from this syntax from this notepad. I pasted this query on the Oracle database, and I getting the statement is please enter the value for B code. So I need to enter the value for B code is 102, and after that he is asking enter the value for B name. That means I want to take the Andhra bank name here, Andhra bank name. So, and after giving the Andhra bank name, he is asking for the please enter the bank location. He is asking. So I want to enter the bank location is Suryapet. Suryapet. So after entering this, that means after seeing of after clicking the enter button to enter button, so these many three values are enters into the bank table as a one row. So this is the way to one row is inserted to this bank table. Previously this bank table is having one row. Now this bank table is having the two rows, because we inserted these many three values as a single row into this bank table. Let us check the details of bank table here. How many records are there? That means how many columns and rows are there in this bank table. Use by using select star from bank table. So let's check. So we have inserted another row having B code is 102 and the bank name is Andhra Bank, and the bank location is Surya Bank. So this is the way of insertion of dynamic way of insertion. So I want to add still more rows. So I want to copy this and I want to paste it here. So if I enter this query, it is asking please enter for the bank code, please enter for the B name value, please enter for the B location value. He is asking. So I want to see the output. I want to enter this query result. I want to see the query result. So he's asking please enter the code B code for the bank table. So you can give any value as your wish. So whatever the value do you want to insert as a B code, you need to mention here. So I want to insert 103 as a bank code. So after that I will click the enter button. So he's asking enter value for the B name. I want to take the Canara Bank name, and after that so he's asking please enter the value for B location. So I need to take the location is Khammam. That means branch location is Khammam. So so one more record has been inserted to the bank table. So let us check the bank details. So let us check how many rows are there in this bank table. To see any bank detail, any table details, select star from table name. Here our table name is bank. So let us check. Yeah. So here we have a bank table having three columns and three rows. So just now we have inserted third row. That means just now we have inserted 103 as a bank code, and the bank name we have given as Canara Bank, and the bank location we have given the Khammam. So this is the way of insertion of multiple values at a time to this bank table by using the insert command. That is the way of dynamic insertion. So let us check another topic. Here we have the another topic is so second command of the DML operations are update. So update. So generally general meaning of update is to modify the values and to modify the rows. That means to modify means to change or to update. So the update general meaning is to edit something. So let us see the definition for update command in Oracle database. So it is used to update multiple values of a row in a table at a time. So this update command is used to change the multiple values of a row in a table at a time by using the where clause condition. So this is the one way of the definition for this update command. Let us see the second definition of the update command is here. It is available. So it is used to update. That means it is used to change single value of a particular row in a table. So these are the two definitions. So this is used to update single value of a particular row in a table, and it is used to update the multiple values of a row in a table at a time by using the where clause condition. So these are the definitions for the update command. So let us see the syntax one. That means let us see the syntax one for definition one. So that means this syntax is used to update the multiple values of a row in a table at a time by using the where clause condition. So let us check the syntax for syntax one for the update command in DML operations, DML commands. So this is the syntax. We need to give the update keyword here, update command keyword. So after that we need to mention whatever the table do you want to change the values of particular table values. You need to mention that particular table name here, and we need to give the set keyword here. And after that, whatever the columns do you want to change in a particular table, that column name you should mention here. Column name 1 is equal to column value 1. After that, do you want to change still more value or still more column? If you want to change still another column, so you need to mention that column name also here, and you giving some new value to this column too, like this, so on. You can also change the column name n with a new value, and you need to mention the where condition here. So this is a syntax to update multiple values of a row in a table at a time by using the where clause condition. So let's check. If you see a suitable example, you can easily understand the syntax, how we can update multiple rows, multiple values of a single row in a particular table. Let us see the example. Let us see the suitable example for this update command to insert multiple rows into a single table of a particular single row of a particular table. So he is asking the question. Just read the question carefully. Write a query. Is asking write a query to update the student table. So he is asking us to please update the student table to change the student name with ln, and the student marks with 250. Student marks with 250. So whose student ID is 13. So if you want to understand this question, you need to see what are the details and what are the columns are there in the student table. Here I have created student table for you guys to understand this update command of the DML operations. So I want to see I want to clear the screen to understand easily. So here I have created the student table for you guys to understand the update command in SQL language. So this is the student table. Now I want to see the structure of the student table. That means I want to see the structure. That means I want to see the columns, whatever the columns and the data types are there for the particular columns in a student table. Here I am using the desk space to table name means student. So these many columns, I have created the student table having these many columns. The column names are SID, and I have given the data type for the SID is number data type, having the size is 38, and I have given the column name 2 is the S name, that is the student name, and I have assigned the varchar 2 as the data type for the S name column, and with the size is 20, and I have given the third column is marks, and marks generally is in the form of numbers. That's why I have given number data type for the marks column, and I mentioned the 3 as a size for the number data type of a marks column, and the fourth column is S fee, that means student fee, and student fees is generally in the form of amount. Now that means the amount is nothing but numbers. That's why I have given number data type for this S fee, and I mentioned size of the number data type of the S fee is 5. So this is the structure of a student table. Now I want to see how many records are there in this student table. To see details of any table, here we have the query is select star from table name. Here table name means our table name is student. So I want to see how many records, how many rows are there in the student table. So that is why I want to see the output for this query. So yeah, there are 4 columns and 7 rows. That means seven students information there in this student table. So first student name is Smith, and the second student name is Jones, and the third is Adams, and fourth is Warner, like this. The seventh one is Peter. So they are getting the marks are like this, and they are paying the fee for for their school is like this. So here Smith is paying 4,000 and Jones is paying 4,500. Adams is paying null, that means nil he is giving. So he joined in that school without fee. So he is a free student. So like this. So Peter is giving 5,000, paying 5,000 to the school, and James is giving nothing to the school. So this is the record. This is the record of the records of the students in a school, in a student table. So I just want to observe the question what he is asking. Please, what he is asking, write a query to update the student table. He wants to update the student table to change the student name with ln, and student marks with 250 whose student ID is 13. So he is asking, please change the student name as a ln, student name with ln. So which student name we need to change? Those who are having the student ID is 13. Those who are having the student ID is 13. So he is asking, the question is like that only. Just read once again. Write a query to update the student table. Change the student name with ln and the student marks with 250. So he is asking, please change the particular student name with ln. And the particular particular student marks with 250. Those who are having their student ID is 13. So we need to change this Warner's record by the new values as per the question. So we need to change the 13th SID record, total record. Record. That means we need to change the name and the marks of this record, marks of the record. So according the given new values, the name with ln and the student marks with 250. So let us see how I am going to change this values of a 13th SID row. So let us see. So by using the update command to update multiple values into a single row of a particular table. Now I am going to write the query according to this syntax only. So according to this syntax, so now I am going to change the previous values with a new value. So I am using update command here. So according to the update command, so here we need to mention the table name. Our table name is what he is asking. Please update the student table. He is asking, please update the student table, and we need to give the set keyword here according to the syntax to update multiple values in a single row of a particular table. We need to mention the set keyword, and whatever the values you need to change here. I need to change the column name value you should mention here, and with what name you should change the name with a new name ln. This ln is in the form of English letters and the characters. That means Oracle allows the characters in between the single quotes. That's why I am giving this ln name in between the single quotes. And what he is asking, please change the marks of that particular student with new marks is 250. That's why I am taking the marks column here, and that marks column, what he wants to asking, please update the marks with 250. Please update the student marks with 250. So that's why I'm taking the 250 here. So whose details we need to change? Those student who is having a student ID is 13. So we need to mention the where class condition here to give the condition. So which student record we need to update? Those who are having the SID is 13. So here he is asking, those who are having the SID as a 13, you need to change that particular student name with a ln and that particular student marks with 250 is asking like that only. So now I'm going to update this student table by giving the ln name, by giving the new name ln and I'm giving the new marks 250 to a particular student, those who are having a 13 as a student ID number. So I want to see the result for this query. So I just what I did a mistake here. SQL command not properly ended. SQL command not properly ended. And marks. Yeah, I need to take comma instead of end here. So that's why I'm getting the error here. So I want to see the details of student table here. So I want to update one row according to the question. Update table name. Table name means student here, student, and we need to mention the set keyword here. Which type of column you need to change? He is asking student name column with the new name ln, and we should give comma. We are not supposed to give end operator here. So that's why I'm getting error in previous query. So and he is asking we need to change the marks column of that student with new marks is 250. Which student details are we are going to change? So he is asking which student details we need to change. He is asking those student ID is 13. So we need to mention that student ID in between the where class. In the where class condition, I need to give that particular student ID number is 13. So by using this query, I'm going to change the details of a student name with the ln, new name ln, and the student marks with a new marks 250. Those who are having the student ID is 13. So let us see the output for this query. Yeah, one row is updated. Let us check whether this query has been whether this query is updated one row or not in this student table. Let us check. So to checking purpose, what should we do? Again, we want to see the details what are the details are there in the student table by using select star from student table. So select star from student, spelling is mistaken. Select star from student here. Yeah, so let us check previously. Student table is having those who are having the SID is 13. His name is Warner and his marks is 400. So let us check our resultant table, that means latest table after updating of one row by two new values. Let us check the student table, latest student table details. So those who are having the 13 as a student ID, his name is changed by the new name ln, and his marks is changed by the new marks is 250. This is the way of updating multiple values into a single row by using the update command. Syntax one of the update command. So this is the way of using syntax 1 in update command of a DML operations in Oracle database. Let us see the next syntax for the update command. So generally, this update command is used to change single value in a row of a particular table. So we have seen multiple values. We have seen how to update the multiple values in a single row in a particular table. We have seen just now. Now we have to see the how to update a single value in a single row of a particular table. So this is the syntax here we have. So for syntax 2, this is the syntax. So update, we need to mention the update command here. We need to mention whatever the table you want to update. The table name you need to give here, and we need to use the set keyword here. After that, whatever the column, you need to give a we need to give a value, new value to that particular column, and you need to mention that particular column name here, and you need to mention the new value for that column name, and you should, and that means you must give the where class condition here. This is the syntax to enter a single value and enter a new value into a single row by using this update syntax too. So let us take a suitable example to understand this update command. Update command second syntax you can easily understand by seeing this example. Let us read the example question. He is asking, write a query to update the student table. He is asking, please update the student table to change the student fee, with 2000, whose name is James. So whoever is having the name as James, we need to change his school fee with 2000. So this question meaning is like that only. Now I am going to give the answer in terms of query by using this syntax. I will going to update the student table in Oracle database. Let us see my Oracle database. So I want to clear the screen here. To understand easily. So I want to see how many records are, that means I want to see the details of student table here. So here we have the student table having the 4 columns, and the seven student details are there. That means 7 rows are there. So what he is asking, please update the student table. Please update the student table to change school fee of a particular student with 2000. Those whoever is having the name as James. So is asking James school fee we need to change. So James is paying a nil here, so we need to change this nil to a 2000. So is asking the question is like that only. Just read the question once again. Write a query to update the student table to change the student fee with 2000, whose name is James. So whoever is having the name as a James in the student table, we need to assign a new school fee for that James student, so with 2000. So that is the meaning of the question. So I want to update the student table. So according to this syntax, I'm going to write the query is update table name is student, and we need to mention the set keyword like this. I'm using this syntax to write the particular required query. Here is, so update student table name is student table here, and I need to mention the set keyword to update. So which column I need to update? SV column. According to the question, we need to change the SV column of a particular student. So SV, and by changing with new value is what is the new value? 2000. So we need to update the 2000 for which student details we need to update with this to school fee as a 2000. He is giving the condition is whose name is James. Whoever the student is having the name as a James, we need to change that particular student school fee with 2000. That is the meaning of the question. So that's why in where class condition I need to give the S name, that particular condition S name. Those who are having a name as a James, we need to change that James fees with a 2000 in our student table. This is the query. This is the required query to change James fee is with 2000. So James is paying nil to the school, null, that means null to the school. So now I am updating James fee in the school table, in the student table, so with 2000 by using this update query command. So update student table, set S fee is equal to 2000, where S name is equal to James. So to see this output, whether it is going to be updated the student table or not, I want to see the output for this query. Yeah, one row has been updated. So let us check what are the details are there in the student table now after updating the one row. So let us check student table. So let us observe. So in previous student details. So James is paying nil to the school. James is paying nil to the school. Let us observe the latest details of the student table. So now student James is paying 2000 to the school. So we updated the James school fee with a 2000. So that's why we got the 2000 value under the school fee of the student table. So we have changed the school fee of the James with 2000. So this is the understanding the update command in Oracle database. So then we have the next one is delete command. So third command of the DML commands in SQL is delete command. So generally deleting means, so we need to deleting meaning is we need to remove one value or one row from the table. So let us see the definition for this delete command of a DML commands in Oracle database. So it is the delete command is used to delete a single row from a table, or it is used to delete all rows in all rows from a table. It is used to delete all rows from it is used to delete a single row from a table, or it is used to delete all rows from a table at a time. So by using where clause condition, here also we need to use the where clause condition. We need to use where clause condition in both the definitions. We need to use where clause condition by using where clause condition. By using where clause condition, so we are using this delete command is used to delete a single row from a table, or it is used to delete all the rows from a table at a time. So by using the where clause condition, let us check the syntax for the first definition. So if you want to delete a single row from a particular table, here we have the syntax one is there. So this syntax is delete. We need to mention the delete keyword here. That means we need to mention the delete command here and you need to mention the from keyword. From which table do you want to delete a particular single row? That table name you need to mention here, and we should give the where clause condition here. So if you see a suitable example, then only you can easily understand how we are going to use this delete command to delete a single row in a particular table in Oracle database. Let us check the question. Let us read. So the question is in the below. He is asking write a query to delete a student row. Write a query to delete a student row from student table whose student ID is that means student ID is whose student ID is 14. Let us clearly read this question once again. Write a query to delete a student row from student table. So he is asking, please delete a row please delete a single row of a student from a student table. Those whoever is having the student ID is 14. So whose student is having student ID is 14, then that student row, total row, we need to delete. He is asking the condition in the question is like that only. So he is asking I want to clear the screen to explaining easily. I want to see the how many rows are there in the student table. I need to find out the details of the student table here. So yeah, he is asking whoever is having student ID as 14, then that row you need to delete. From this student. So that total row whoever is having the student ID is 14, the total row you need to delete from this student table. He is asking the condition in the question is like that only. So let us read, let us check once again this question. So write a query to delete a student row from student table. So whose student ID is 14. I'm going to give the answer in terms of query by using the syntax 1 of a delete command. The syntax is delete from particular table name, and we need to give the where condition here. So I'm going to deleting one row from the student table. Let us check how I'm going to deleting one row. I need to mention the delete command according to the syntax. I need to mention the delete command here, and after that I need to mention the where you can do you want to delete from that keyword. You need to mention the from keyword here, and from which table do you want to delete a single row. That particular table name you should mention here. Table name means student table and we need to mention the where condition here. So he is asking whose row is delete, is asking whose row is we need to delete. Whoever is having the student ID is 14, then the total record we need to delete. So he is asking the condition in the question is like that only. So now I am going to delete those who are having the student ID as a 14. That total row I want to delete now. The total row I want to delete now according to the question. So he is asking the condition in the question is like that only. So I need to write that condition in this where class condition like. So those whoever is having the student ID is 14. So that total row I want to delete from the student table. So by using this query according to the delete command syntax. So let us check whether this query is going to be delete one row. Those who are having the student ID is 14. So this query is going to be deleted one row from the student table or not. Let's check the output. So one row is deleted. That means one row from the student table has been deleted. So let us check whether this deleted row is there in the student table or not. So to see the details of a particular table, select star from table name. Here our table name is student. So let's observe. So here we have previously student table is having the 7 rows. So here after deleting one row from the student table, we got the output of a student table having only 6 rows. So we lost the 14th SID's total row from this student table. So this is the way of deleting a single row from a particular table by using the delete command syntax 1. So here we have the second definition for the delete command. So let us read the second definition. It is used to delete all rows from a table at a time. So let us check the definition. Let us check the syntax for this second definition of the delete command. So generally the second syntax is refers to it is used to delete all the rows at a time by using this syntax. So what is that syntax means? Delete from table name. So we need to give the delete command here, and we need to mention the from keyword here, and we need to mention whatever the from which table you need to delete all the records. That particular table name you should mention here. So that particular table name you need to give here. So let us take a suitable example to understand how we are going to delete all the records of a particular table. So let us check the question. He is asking write a query to delete all students records from student table. He is asking please delete all the rows from a student table. So he is asking the condition in the question is like that only. So for that, I want to delete all the rows in a student table. Here we have the student table. I want to see the student table records here. Select star from table name, that means the student table. Here we have the student table having 6 rows and the 4 columns. So the questioner is asking please delete the 6 rows from this a student table by using the delete command. So the questioner is asking, write a query to delete all student records. That means all student rows, records nothing but rows. So all student records from student table by using the delete command, of a DML operations in Oracle database. So now I am going to deleting all the records, these many records I am going to deleting from the student table by using the delete command of a DML operations in Oracle database. So I am using according to the syntax of the delete command. I need to use this delete command here in the syntax. So I need to mention the from keyword, because where do you want to delete this all the records, we need to mention. That's why we are using this from keyword. And from which table do you want to delete the all the rows, that particular table name here you should mention. Table name is student. If I use this query, if I run this, that means if I run this query, it will going to delete all these records from this student table. So let us check the result of, let us check the output of this query. So 6 rows are deleted. So that means these 6 rows are deleted from this student table by using this query. So this is the way of using delete command of a DML operations in Oracle database. Let us check how many rows are there in this student table. So once again, let us check as the 6 records are have been deleted or not. Let us check by using the to see the details of any table. Select star from student table name here. Let us check these many 6 rows have been deleted or not. Let us check by using this query to see how many records are there in this student table. So no rows are there, because we deleted these 6 rows by using the delete command of a DML operations in SQL language of a Oracle database. We are using we use delete command to deleting all these records. That's why we deleted all these 6 records from student table by using this delete command. So we just deleted the rows only, but we didn't deleted the columns. Let us check the structure of the student table. To see any structure of a table, disk space table. That means I want to see the whether the columns of student table is deleted or not. I want to check the structure of the student table. So let us see. So here we have the student table structure is there, having columns, 4 columns, and the 4 data types for these 4 columns. We just observe, we just deleted the records only. We just deleted the rows of the student table only by using delete command. But delete command cannot delete the columns of a particular table. That means we didn't lose these columns of the student table. So this is the concept of DML commands in Oracle database. So these are the very useful commands. These 3, that means insert command and delete insert command, update command, then last one is update command, and then last one is delete command. So these 3 are going to play a vital role in this SQL language of a Oracle database. So often we use these 3 commands in any topic to update, to inserting a particular row, into a particular table. And we need in such a situations, if you want to update any value from a particular table, we can use this update command. And if you want to delete particular rows or all the rows, we need to use the delete command. So this is the concept of DML operations in Oracle database. So thank you guys, thank you very much. This is the concept. Thank you very much.